Hello everyone. In today's slide, I will be going to cover flows and validation rules. So I will first start with validation rules. They are used to enforce data quality in Salesforce while saving the records. So as you can see, it's a formula-based logic that we need to specify in a validation rules, which returns either the true or false outcome. If it returns true, then in that case, Salesforce blocks the save and shows an error message to the user. So you need to write the formula to describe the error condition, which is the thing which is the thing you don't want to happen. So each rule has a custom error message you need to write, and you can also choose whether that message appears at the top of the page or directly next to the field which is causing the problem. So this was about the error message and field placement part. The next part in the slide is the bypass via profile. So you can also use the $profile.name variable in formula to bypass the rule for certain profiles. So this is a condition like a scenario where admins might want to do any data migration, and for that data migration, let's say on some users, we are facing a validation rule. So to prevent that validation rule, we can bypass the validation rule by using this profile check, so that records wouldn't so that it will allow to save records on the migration. So at the bottom of the screen, you can see there is one example of validation rule which states that the close date cannot be blanked and the pick list value of stage field must be closed one. So this is a validation rule where close date is required for closed one opportunities. If if close date is blank, it will throw the error that so this kind of rule catches the data quality issues at the point of entry, which is always cheaper than cleaning them up later in the process. So this was all about validation rules. The next part, which is about Salesforce primary no-code automation tool, that is Flows. So flows have largely replaced older tools like workflow rules and process builders. So for so if you are studying for your like admin certification, then in that case flows are something which you need to focus on. It's a declarative automation in Salesforce. So in slide you can see there are five types of flow you need to know. So first one is the record triggered flow, which runs when a record is created, updated, or deleted. So these are used to handle things like sending notification, updating related records, or like creating any follow-up task. So this is record triggered flows. Next up is the screen flows, which is basically step-by-step uh, uh, process which guides user to collect information along the way. So it's like a wizard or a form. So in screen flow, you can capture fields and process those fields and either save that record or move to the next screen. So this is screen flows. Next up is the schedule flows, which runs at time-based schedule against a batch of records. So schedule flow is something which is useful for like sending a weekly summary email or updating records which haven't been touched in like many days, let's say 30 days. So whatever the things we need to do for time-based schedule, so schedule flow can be used. Then there is a platform event flow. So these are triggered when the platform event message is published. So this is more of a integration and real-time pattern, which we can cover later. And then there are auto launch flows. So these flows are primarily invoked, these flows are primarily invoked by, can be invoked programmatically, which means they can be called from Apex code or REST API and another flow or some custom button. So this was all about the flows and validation. I will go ahead in my org now and will demonstrate them. So let me just go through my Salesforce org. Okay, on this validation rule page, I will click on new. It will open this project validation page. So here we need to specify the rule name is active check, which is like we can keep this check, we can keep this validation active or deactivate the validation if not needed. Then we need to specify the description and we need to add a error condition formula field here. We also need to specify the error message and the location of the error, whether it should be on the top of the page or at a some field in the layout. So if you select field, it will show you all the fields where you can where you can show your validation rule. So for this demo, like I said, I will create a validation rule on project date. So I will create a validation rule where project date should be greater than today. So I will select this. I will keep this record as active. I will select insert the project date field here. So from here, if I add project end date, sorry, if I add project date and click on insert, it will add that field, and I will uh, okay, and I will insert an operator. If project date is less than today, so it should throw me the validation. So here I will for capturing the today's date. We need to go to date and time category and select the today function. So, okay, this is the function we need to use here. So if project date is if project date is less than today, then in that case, we should throw a validation like, please select a project date in future, or please select a future project date. So I will check the syntax. So it says no errors found. We can specify our error message. Please select uh, future project date. Okay. And for the next part, I will select error location as field only and will select the project date field and will save this record. So now that my validation rule is active, I will go ahead and change this record. But before that, on the functions which I showed you in the validation rule formula builder. So you can check the documentation for all these formulas in Salesforce documentation in Salesforce help docs. So if you want a detailed description or detailed idea about this function, you can refer the documentation here. I will move ahead and try to select the record. So for today's date is 26. If I select any old date, it should throw a validation. Okay, it is showing me please select a future project date. If I select 26 only, it will allow me as we have not added a validation for current today's date. And if I select any future date, it should also allow. If I select like 31st, it should allow me to save. So in this way, this validation rule works. Also, you can see We have specified the error location at the field level, so that's why the message is coming at the field level. If we change the error location, it will come on the top of the page. I will quickly edit the validation role and try to click save again. So it says review the errors on this page. So I think on the project layout, we need to correct this. It is right now not showing the error at the uh, field. It is showing. It will show the error at the top of the page. So it is mostly visible in Lightning Salesforce Classic Record page and in the Lightning Record. So this was all about the validation rules. To create a new screen flow, I will create a screen flow where I will capture details for contact record, and I will create the contact record and save the record, and will show a message here on this Lightning app page. Uh, so I will go ahead and create a new screen flow. We'll click on new flow. It will open this flow builder screen where you can see there are other options as well for creating different types of flows. So for now, I will go ahead and click on screen flow automation. Here I will go ahead and click on a simple screen flow. So you can see in the flow builder, our layout for screen flow is will be like this. So you need to add a screen to capture the contact record details. So this is the new screen, first screen we will add. I will give label as new contact creation or just new contact, and API name will populate. We can also configure the header footer for this screen. So header, if I want to show and hide, I can show and hide using this button. For now, I will keep it as is. Footer is also the same. Then in footer, we have some buttons. So we can also show hide that buttons. So I don't need pause and this pause and previous button. So I will hide these buttons. Also, we have one more option to change the label of the button. So this option is available for other to hide and sorry, pause and previous buttons as well. So I will change the label of the button to save. So the label is now changed. So this is the basic setup I have done for my screen. So on this screen, I need to capture contact fields. So I will be capturing four new contact fields here. So I will select an input element, which is text here, and we'll just go ahead and drag and drop here. Uh, I will also add one more. So these two will capture the first name, last name, and I will add one more for email, and the last one is the phone. So you can also add the s- the field values from by picking a individual component, or you can also do one thing. You can specify a record variable of type record. Like here, I will create a new resource, and from new resource, I will create a new record, which will capture in that way. It will automatically capture all the fields. But for now, I will show you how we can do it via a single element. So as you have already captured, as we have already added in this elements in the screen, I need to specify the label name, API name for it. I will first name, it will pre-populate. Then there are other properties as well, which you can see here. So you can set the component visibility. You can validate this input field or add any validation message here. You can also add the any help text next to this field. So you can do this. Next is the last name. Here I will mark it as required. Then there is email field. So here I will give contact email. Label I will keep it as email. So this is the so these are the properties for the email field. You have your placeholder text, then you have a disable button, whether we want to keep this field disabled, read only required, so that kind of thing. Uh, Phone API name I will give as contact phone. Label I will keep it as phone only and will click on done. So now my new contact screen is available. I need to add a element to capture these fields and create the contact record. So for this, I will search for create records element. Just like create records, there is option to update records and delete records. In general, users can go ahead and select any of this element as per their DML operation requirement. So I will go ahead and click on create element. I will give it a name, new contact create. API name will populate. So here is options to select the record field values. Like I said, we can create a record variable and map these values. But for now, I will keep this as manually as we are manually uh, assigning these values from our screen. You also need to specify the object. So here I will specify the contact object, and once you select the object, it will show you the fields which is available. So first is the first name I want to add. Then I will add last name, email, and phone finally. So for phone, there are multiple options. You can select home phone or business phone. I will go ahead and select business phone for now. So here you can see for first name, we need to map the first name input element in the screen. So I will select the new contact screen, and in that I will select the first name input. I will repeat the steps for the rest of the fields. Will select new and will select contact email. So here for contact email, there are options like to which property you want to track. So I want to track the value and will just select value. So same will be applicable for the phone field. If I select contact phone, it's the same. For now, I will click value property. And so now that I have added all these field values, I also want to capture the ID of the newly created record. So for that, I will enable this option, manually assign variables, and I will store the new contact ID in a new variable. So here I don't have any variable, so I will create a new variable here. I will give API name as contact ID, and will the data type will be text. We'll click on done. So we have created a variable with named contact ID. I will just save this record. So for saving the flow, so once you click on the save flow, it asks you the flow label name. So I will just say new contact screen flow. API name will pre-populate. Here are other options, advanced options which are available for flow, like how to run the flow type, source template, etc. So this field is important, and the second field is important here. It mentions like the flow will run in which context. So there are usually three options. By default is the user or system context. So I will keep it as blank as is. Then there is type, which type of flow it is. You can change the type of the flow from this field. Uh, for now, I will just hide the advanced and simply create save. So if you observe, once I created save, we can see a new version for this is created for our progress. So right now I will just keep on working on this flow. I will go ahead and create a new screen to show the like success message on the flow. I will give this as success contact created. API name will follow. So I don't need to show the header here. So I will just hide the header. And I will also configure the footer items. I will hide the pause, hide the previous, and I will rename this finish to just OK. On this screen, I want to add a success confirmation message. So I will do one thing. I'll go ahead and drag and drop a display text here. I will give this as a success contact, success message, contact created message, and I will add one text here like new contact created successful successfully, and I will add one view contact link. So I will first format this. I'll increase the size for this and change the color to green so that it indicates like success message. And I will change the view contact to blue like a link. And okay, and I will add a link here like title is view contact and contact ID we need to add. So this is the contact ID which we captured in the create elements. We need to provide a forward slash a contact ID and click save. So in this way, our display text message is now done. I will click on done. I will activate a new version. We'll save this version first and activate. Okay, now our flow is activated. I will refresh the uh, lightning record page. So I have already added this screen flow here. Uh, to add that you need to edit this page here and in Lightning App Builder you need to add the flow component. So I will quickly show. So from the component you need to add this flow component here. Once you added this component in the properties, you need to check for the flow name which you have added and click on save. So once your changes are saved, you can exit the app builder and you can see we are here on the new contact screens to something like this and we'll click on save. Our contact is created. You can see the message here and you can click on the view contact. It will redirect me to the newly created contact record. So in this way, the screen flow works. So if I click on OK, it will finish this flow interview and the flow will restart again. I will be using the opportunity object. I will create two flows, before save and after save flow on this opportunity object. But before that, we need to check like if there is any triggered flow on the opportunity. So I will go ahead and click on the edit object here. From the object manager of opportunity, I will scroll down to flow triggers. So currently there are no flows on the opportunity object. So I will first try to create a before save flow. So on before save flow, I will be doing a fast field update. So before save flow are basically used for fast field update or for any validations. So they are very fast and require very limited to no DML. So I will do one scenario where on changing the stage to close one, the delivery installation status should also get changed to completed. So for this, I will implement a before save flow on opportunity object. I will click on new flow. It will open up the flow builder page. Okay, so if I go from the object manager setup flow, it would have given me options. But since I navigated from the object manager of opportunity, it gives me option to create the record triggered flow. So the object is now pre-populated here, which is opportunity. And the second setting is the configure trigger for which event. So I want to run this trigger only when the record is updated. So I will select the second option. Third is the entry criteria, like what kind of records you need to allow to perform any past field updates. So I will be checking the stage field of opportunity. So the stage field should equal to closed one. So this is my entry criteria so that when the stage field changes, this trigger should run. Then there is when to run the flow for updated records. There are two options every time when record is updated and meets condition, or only when a record is updated to meet the condition requirement. So I will keep the default as is. Now here you have two options. So for before save flow, we need to select the fast field updates option. So we'll go ahead and select the fast field updates. So this was the configuration for record before save record triggered flow. So on the same fast, so if we selected the fast field update, it gives me option to update the triggering record, like the record which we are changing. So I will go ahead and select this record, and here I will say update delivery status. Okay, and here there is no entry condition I will specify. So there are options like how to find the records to update and set their values. So default is set to opportunity record that triggered the flow. As this will run, this setting will run for triggered flow. Then the field which we want to set on change of stage is the delivery and slash installation status. So I will mark this field as completed. So this was pretty much our before save flow. So I will go ahead and save this. I will provide the flow label as before save of the record trigger flow. The flow API name will pre-populate. The advanced I don't want to change. I will just click on save. So once saved, I will click on activate. So now that our flow is active, I will go back to my opportunity record and we'll try to test this first. So on stage, if the stage is changed, uh, the delivery installation status also got changed. So in this way, the before save flow can be used to perform fast field updates on the triggering record. So this was pretty much about before save flow. We'll now create after save flow on opportunity record only. So on the same record, on the same opportunity stage, when it gets to closed one, I will create one follow-up task uh, for like my sales rep to have a follow-up on call, email, etc. So for this, we will go ahead and create a new flow again. So I will navigate in the same manner. I will go to Object Manager. I will just refresh this page so that you can see there is already one before save flow which we have created. The I will create the after save flow by clicking this new flow button. So again, right now I am in the flow builder. Object is pre-populated. I will configure the same condition like I want to create a follow-up task only when the record is updated. I will set the stage condition requirement as when the stage field is closed one. So stage equals closed one. I will keep this setting as default only. And this time I will select actions and related records. So as you can see, it update and perform actions like send email, etc. after the record is saved. So this option I will select, and here I will create a task record. So to create a task record, I will select the create records element. I will provide a name like create a follow-up call, and I will select the object as so I before I save the object, I want to know like how to set the record field values. So I will select it as manually and select the task object here. And for task object, I need related to ID. I need subject what ID and I think status. So we'll do one thing. We'll add one by one. First is subject, then uh, the what ID, which is uh, the related to ID, then owner ID, which is, I guess, the field label is assigned to ID, and then there is status. So I will uh, create a task with subject like follow-up call. What ID I will populate with the triggering record, opportunity triggering record ID. So it will be the opportunity ID. Assigned to ID will be the same, like the anyone who is owner of the opportunity record will also own the task record. So I will map it as same and then status. So for status we have these many values. So I will select not started and I will click on save. So here I will give flow label name as after save opti record trigger flow. I will keep the options to minimal and save. So now our record flow is saved. I will go ahead and activate this flow. Okay, now my flow is active. I will go back to my opportunity record, and I can see like I have already marked this as close one, so I will revert it to the some different values. Like, okay, so right now we have two flows, like the before save flow, which is performing fast field updates, and the second is the after save flow, which will create a follow-up task, that is one related record to opportunity on changing the stage to closed one. So both of the flow will run when the stage is changed. So I will go ahead and change the stage to close one and click on save. So by before save trigger, the delivery installation status got updated to completed, and also a follow-up task is also created. So we cannot see the follow-up task here in the related list. I will check the activity bar. Yeah. So in the activity tab, you can see follow-up call task has been created. I will open this. So as you can see, this got created and it is assigned to the related ID which I have provided. Sorry, assigned to the owner as org farm. Related to is the opportunity record and status is not started. So in this way, the before save and after save flow triggers work in Salesforce. I hope this video helps.
Thanks for watching Salesforce Unlocked. If you found this helpful, stay tuned for more Salesforce tips and tutorials. See you in the next video.